Yeah, finally there. You're welcome, welcome, welcome into this show. Let's enjoy the music at the background. We're just taken away with the music. Mhm. Welcome, welcome into the Life Transformation Show with Sunday Raffle Jigo. I am so grateful that you are here. Let me just reduce the volume a little bit. This show is really so interesting, and so many people are really getting encouraged, getting inspired with this show. They are sharing their story, they are sharing their comments on the comment section. If you have not watched, you can watch the previous one, and it will really help you a lot. So, for those of us who are yet joining for the very first time, I always say that this is a judgment-free zone where we can share our thoughts, we can share our hearts, and it is free of from judgment. No one can judge it. So welcome to this show again. Today we are starting up a new series, and it is up on self-esteem, how we can overcome our low self-esteem. So we are asking a lot of questions. There will be a lot of questions, asking ourselves, talking to ourselves, inspiring ourselves. Before we inspire others, we need to inspire ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves before we talk to others. So let's dive into this show, and we don't have copyright for the music that is on the background. It's just for the inspiration. That song is by one artist, I don't know the name, but it's from South Sudan. So you're welcome to this show. I am so, so grateful that you're here. So our topic is, why do you feel you're not enough? Do you feel sometimes that you are not enough? Maybe you're doing a lot, whatever that you do, you think it is not enough. Apart from someone else telling you that it's not enough, what do you feel about yourself? Did you feel sometimes that whatever that you do is not enough? You undervalue yourself? Even the amount of work you do, you feel that it is not done enough or it was not done well. Do you feel that? And why do you feel that? Most times when we feel that, it's because of what we had people talking of us. Many times when in our childhood time, people tell us, oh, you cannot amount to anything. You are just useless. You are just, and we build that when in a childhood. That's why it's very important not to talk negative words to a child, because that child starts to build those words into themselves and think, and the brain takes it as reality. So that child can really be traumatized and cannot go very far if it's not addressed. So many times when we feel not enough, because maybe of someone told us, maybe someone said to us, maybe sometimes our feeling, we just feel we are not enough because we thought we are not like other people. I was like that. I used to think I am not just like others. I am less of another human being. I just see myself the last. Even if there is something, I wanted to be the last to take it. If there is anything, if there is anyone missing, I just wanted to be the one to not get it, because I value more other people more than myself, because I didn't know my value, because I did not know that I also have the right to live just the same like any other person. Maybe because of what I went through, so I thought this could not be my class. I start classifying people and myself and put myself in the lowest class. That is really so interrupting when we grow up and when we want to change our lives, we want success in our lives. Many times we don't reach there because we always think that it is not for us. It is not us who are supposed to get that. It's not us, it is some other person. It's another person who is worthy. We don't feel that we are worthy to get what we deserve. And that can affect our life in many areas of our life. It can affect our financial area. It can help our personal growth. It can help us. It can distract our social life. It can distract our finances, because we compare ourselves with others. I used to compare myself with others. I don't see myself like them. I see myself less. Even in the social media, I used to think I am less. Even at home, I used to think I was just less. But that can never let me grow unless I start putting value to myself, knowing my value, knowing who I am, knowing my strength, knowing my destiny. That can help me really grow. It is not very long ago that I discovered this. And the shortest time that I really discovered that I am just enough the way I am, it really helped me a lot. It helped me grow in so many areas. It helped me even do things I didn't think of doing it. But it's all because I came to understand my value. I came to understand myself. So to everyone, sometimes, even though we do enough, some people will just decide to tell us that what you do is not enough. Let me just reduce the volume a little bit. What you do is not enough. And that can be a disturbing point or information in our mind. We always think we are not enough because of what we had. Even sometimes not from childhood, sometimes even when we are already big. When we hear people telling um, us we are that, so we run away with the negative one. We forget our value that is within us. Our strength lies within us. We are to put the value to ourselves. Anyone else can value you in any way. They can value you in a lowest point, something that cannot amount to you, and they can put you there. But where do you put yourself? How do you value yourself? Remember, the way you value yourself is also the way other people will value you. If you don't put a price on yourself, like you don't uh, respect yourself, other people will also do the same to you, and you will be disappointed. A lot of things, oh, people don't like me, people undermine me. But did you take respect on yourself? Did you respect yourself? Did you put value on yourself? Did you put boundaries? And that comes with boundaries. When we put boundaries to ourselves, we start knowing what we wanted to hear, what we wanted to always um, connect to. You see, we have our boundaries. We have our description of who we are. So we have boundaries on where we can go, where we cannot go. And in that, people can also build respect on that. They'll say, oh, so and so is not liking this thing. He's not interested in such things. They start even knowing without asking you. The moment I realized that, it really gave me power, it gave me strength, because there was a time I really gave people a lot of approval to really determine myself. And I was living on people's expectation, people's ways of seeing me in their different lenses. I was really suffering. I was really not at peace because whatever I do, it was always not enough. And I came to know that if you live on people's expectation, whatever you do, however you do it, it's always not enough. Unless you come to yourself, put value on yourself. I put value on myself, put boundaries. I became very rough and it was not interesting. Many people hated me for that, but it was okay. I knew that it was just for a season. And if they don't come back, it means that they are not meant to be part of my life. So I just went on and it became normal. They start saying that, oh, those things don't tell her because she doesn't like it. You see, she does not like it. They now know your value, they know where you belong. But if you don't even put value to yourself, you don't put any boundary to yourself, you feel anyone can say anything or do anything for you. You first have to value even the work you do. There's some people also, whatever work you do, they say, what kind of work is this? Do you think you have done enough? I know what I did and I know what I'm doing. I know where I belong and I know where I need to go. You see, That alone gave me strength. I don't give people room to play around with me because I am so worthy. I am worthy. So do you. You have to put boundaries. You have to make sure that people know where you belong, because also you yourself, you know where you belong. And that whatever work that you do, you know the value. And if there's something less, you know you can explain it. But when you're just anyhow, it is really very hard. Like people can really put you in places where you don't belong. And sometimes you don't have even power to get yourself up. And sometimes I tell people, oh, I am not there. I am not in that. Yes, sometimes it's very good to be straightforward. Tell people exactly what you want, and they will, maybe the first time they will really not like it. They may try to say, what do you think you are, what was, they start saying something, but keep your words, keep yourself, keep your position where you want to be, and they will really know where they belong. With time they will know that, oh, she has changed, oh, he has changed. He no longer do this, he no longer say this, he no longer gossip. This gossip group. I don't like to be part of it. So sometimes past traumas and experiences can really make us to see that we are not enough. When we went through a trauma, maybe a childhood trauma, it could be a recent trauma, you may undervalue yourself, thinking that you're not enough. And that can affect even your career, your work at the workplace. You may think you're not enough. You always see yourself as unprofessional. And you're always afraid when people will discover that you're not enough, you're not qualified for the job. You see, sometimes it's really, you have that internal disruptions that comes to you. What if they will know that I don't know how to do this? Yes, no one else knew everything. Everyone learns. There is a room for you to learn. You can learn. Don't undermine yourself. And when you put yourself, it's just a matter of putting yourself, giving yourself time to sit down and learn, and you perfect yourself in that area. There is nothing that you cannot do. Philippians 4:13 says that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So what is it that you think you cannot do and you're not enough? No one else was born knowing everything. We all learn. You just need to give yourself time to perfect yourself on whatever that you're doing, and it will be perfect with time. You'll be the one to train people. You see, don't let yourself for the past traumas, what you went through to define you. They were just stepping stone. I said in the previous show that the traumas we went through, the challenges, the difficult situation, they are not to define you. They are not to define me. They were just seasons that have passed, and they were to let me learn something to pass. I normally tell myself that if I have a real challenge, I just ask God, when am I passing this class? When am I passing? Because I know that it is for a season. It is not going forever. It's not going to last forever. I know my destiny, where I am going. I know it. I see myself, and I'm chasing that new me that is ahead of me. That is just in my mind that I've never seen. That is better than this version of myself. So I can learn anything. You can learn anything. Don't let the past traumas let you just stay and get drowned in it. No. Get up, rise, arise and shine. Isaiah 6 and Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1 says, arise and shine, for your light is come. So you can learn at any state of time. Anything that you feel that you don't have enough, even if you know it, go and relearn it. That's what I do. Even if something I know it, but I maybe know that there are certain areas in it that I am not perfect in it, I can go back and learn it as if I have never knew it before. Maybe there is improvement. When we deal with technology, there are changes, upgrades every now and then. So we are on constant learning. You cannot say you know it all because there is another update that has been done that you don't know. We are on constant learning. So past experience are stepping stones. They are not to let you down. They are not to define you. No one else. And if someone else define you by your past, tell them, no, that was my past. I am no longer there. I have moved on from that place. And that does not define me. Sometimes some people really need you to speak on their face. That's when they will know, because I don't take it. Anyone that wants to bring me down, I don't really give room. I have no excuse for that. So I have to stand bold and to stand aggressive to really protect my mind, because whatever my mind will listen, it doesn't know whether it was true or it is false. It picks it. So I want to surround myself with all the positive things, all the good things, so that whatever work I do, I can be able to appreciate it myself, and I can be able to give myself time to even do it well. And if there is certain part that I didn't get it well, maybe I can ask for help. Maybe I can ask someone to help me. Maybe I can do a course. Maybe I can just go on YouTube and check a video on that thing on how to do it. So our past experience, childhood experience, or past failures, they are stepping stone. I know I say that when I failed so many times, I get to know the valleys. I get to know where the mistake was. I get to know where I didn't get it, where I did not get it right. And that will help me in the future when I do the same thing, I don't fall again in that mistake. And if I am helping someone, I know that when you go, I am able to help them or guide them. When you do it this way, this is what is going to happen. And when you do it that way, this is what is going to happen. So it helps us. Our past failures are very good. They are part of our success, because they blend the success. They make even fasten the success, because when you have known where the mistakes are, it is very easy for you to figure it out. Yes, and criticism can shape perfect self-perception, makes you feel you are not enough. Criticism. There are people who can criticize. I just said yesterday that there are some people who are saying, Sunday, you have big head, when I was that you were not beautiful when you are young, you have a big head, you are this. Why do you have to criticize me this way? Who do you think you are? You see, some people really know how to bring someone down by criticizing them, criticizing their work, sometimes in the place of work. If you have a bad colleague or maybe a supervisor who really brings you down, it is very hard for you to grow. And you need to address that. You don't need to keep quiet, because that is your life. No one can define you. No one should have a room to really define you by your failures, by your past mistakes, or you allow someone to criticize you. Tell them on their face, you don't like that, because that is not who you are. I was working sometimes and my supervisor would tell me, stupid Sunday. When I'm not there, he says it, but when I'm there, he doesn't say it. And then I don't know. And he was just like playing something. When when I was there, he could abuse my other colleague. Stupid, he mentions the name. And then, and when I'm not there, he also abused me. That one. So he tells me, I tell him, when it was very hard for us, but we have to report it. We have to report it. And yes, the case was handled in a professional way. You don't need to allow someone to criticize you, because we all have room to grow. You cannot define someone by their past failures or experience. You have no idea what that person is going through. And that if you hear that person's story, you may really tell that person is very strong. Sometimes the mistakes we do is not because we really intend to have mistake, but because of what is going on. Maybe that person needs a help. Maybe that person needs something that can uplift that person. So never criticize someone, and never criticize yourself too, because you cannot grow when you criticize yourself. You have to uplift yourself, inspire yourself, encourage yourself. I just learned this self-talk that I talk to myself because I was waiting for other people to inspire me to say, tell me, Andy, you're doing good. And I was waiting too long. Why? Because some people even don't want you to, to go further. Even if you're doing well, they will not tell you because they know that that will give you a strength, will give you strength. So I start inspiring myself. I start talking to myself. And that it lets me go of the past experience that I have, my past failures, my past traumas, and I start valuing myself. I know where I belong. I know my value. So that was a very big success for me. And I did not discover that long ago. I wish I discovered it long time. I could have been so far away. But I am still grateful, even though I discovered it late. It has really helped me and it is helping me every day. So it's high time you let go of your past failures, your past traumas. It could be childhood trauma, it could be even the just previous year or last month or what trauma, just let it go. Any trauma of any kind, don't let it inhabit in you because you are wonderfully and preciously made and you have great things for you to do that the world is waiting on you. There was a time that I really had challenge. Some people wanted to bring me down and even threaten my life. I told them, I have great things to do in the world. You don't just come and just kill me like that. I have great things. And they say, what do you think you're going to do? You see, with pride. Someone can just think they can just do away with you without uh, anything. But I told them, I have great things that I need to do in the world. I don't just go like that, like a chicken. It will not happen. And they are living to see it. I just pray that they live long. You see, sometimes you need to pray for your enemies to really live long so they can see what they could have destroyed. Yeah, they need to see what they could have put on distraction, and it would be really very bad on them. But they have to live. They have to be healthy to live, to see what God is doing. Another thing that really makes us not feel enough, make me not feel enough was the fear of failure. You see, sometimes we fear to fail and we don't start, we don't try even. We don't try to fail, but we fail to try. That is a big mistake. It is better to try and fail than never try to fail. I just learned this because when you, more especially in my business, when I do something and I did not get it right, I get to do it again. And the second time I do it, or the third time I do it faster. And I do it so happily, knowing where it is going. I know even the next, I can predict the next one. And it gives me confidence. So fear to fail is something which is not good. You better fail. You better try and fail. So it is important for us to try because action takers are people who, the risk takers are people who success can really follow them so far. If you want success and you're afraid to risk, to try, to take action, know that success is far away from you. So risk is very important, that you take this calculated risk and try it, try something down. If you fail, it's okay. You have learned something, try again and try again and try again until you perfect it. So most time we wanted to perfect and fear to make a mistake because we just want to be perfect. We just need to be available, try it out, and you perfect yourself on the way. You perfect yourself on the way, making it seem like it doesn't measure up. You see, we can always improve. We can always change for the best. Yes. When we don't validate ourselves, just as I said that we don't know where we belong, we don't know our value. It also makes us to fear to start up something. It makes us think we are not enough. It makes me feel I am not enough. So have to get up on myself so boldly and apologetically that I am valued, I am worthy, I am determined, I am favored, I am blessed. To speak this affirmation towards myself every day. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I speak to myself, and that validation of me gives me strength. The mind now understands that Sunday, you're very worthy. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are successful. You see, you start saying that to yourself, and you can really overcome that with time. Also, when we have a realistic expectation, we want certain things and it's not real, it may be very hard to achieve it at that time, because we can achieve anything, but is the time frame enough for us to achieve it? Do I have the skills to achieve it, to get it? It is very important. It is very important. So very high expectation or something, sometimes we set standard that is so high and making it impossible for us to achieve. And that when we do not reach there, we think we are not enough. We think things are not enough for us. So it's high time we start putting realistic expectation on ourselves. So even expect something that you know you can reach, or maybe a little higher that you can go, because it's always good to go high. And negative self-talk, this is very powerful. When you have negative self-talk to yourself, what do you think you'll hear from others? Even if other people speak good, you may think they don't mean it. You may think they mean it in a bad way. So it is very important we have positive self-talks to ourselves, to our mind. As I said before, that I go to the mirror, look at myself, and speak to myself. And that helps me a lot to not think that I am not enough. So it builds my inner voice. And the biggest criticism that I criticize myself fades away, because I affirm to myself, I am beautiful, I am amazing, I am blessed, I am successful, I am determined. I speak to myself, and that helps me really, really a lot in my journey of growth, in my journey of transformation. All these things I'm saying, I start learning them after I start doing my business, because that was when I have time with myself. I get to know myself, I get to define myself, I get to know who I am. So let's ask this question. Uh, who has told you that you're not enough? Did someone tell you you're not enough? And who is that person? And did you accept it? So there was this joke we were saying at home here with my children. The lawyer, the girl who says she's the lawyer in the house, my daughter, she the brothers told her that she is stupid. And she started crying. And I asked her, why are you crying? That Josh told me that I am stupid. I said, okay, did you accept it? Why are you crying? If you're crying, which means it is true. That was a very big deliverance. When you're crying, it is true. But if it is not true, don't accept it. Don't accept it. Whatever someone is telling of you, if it is not true, don't accept it, because that is not you. Don't even try to get annoyed, because when you are annoyed, which means it is true, you accepted it. You want to acknowledge it. You're looking for room to acknowledge it. So at first, she did not get it, but now she got it. And every time someone tells her something, and I told her, even anywhere, as you grow and in any state of your life, if someone tells you something which is not of you, do not accept it. And even don't bother about it, don't get it, or tell them that is not me, or just don't bother, don't care about it. Tell them, but the most important thing is just tell them that is not you, and you just dust it off. Don't try to to prove it, to prove yourself, to perfect, to having nothing to hide, nothing to prove yourself. Let us know on the comment section. Did someone tell you you are not worthy or you're not enough? Let us know in the comment section, and just a reminder for you to know that this is a judgment-free zone. That whatever that you say, no one will judge you for it, because that is where we are growing in and changing our life. So when someone tells you something, you never accept it. Never accept something which is not true of you, more especially when it is negative. So the most important, how we can unlearn it. We can unlearn. And my daughter really now accept that when if someone tells her something, she says, oh, this is not me, and I don't accept that. And she does not think, she cannot cry anymore about that. It was a very big deliverance for her. And I am so, so proud of her. Yesterday, she was just telling me, mommy, you really have strategies on how you really build something in us. You see, and it was something that was over. We did it over and over and over, and now she got it. So many times we may not get, when people tell us negative things about ourselves, we may get annoyed, but we need to develop that mindset not to accept what people say of us. It's only when it is good, when it is uplifting, yes, that is right. But when it is negative, please don't accept it, because that can affect your self-esteem, that can affect your growth, that can affect your success. So I am so, so grateful for this show. And let us know on the comment section, why do you feel you are not enough? Is it because you compare yourself with others? Is it because of past experience? Is it because of fear of failure? Is it because of your own self-criticism, or what other criticize you of? Let us know on the comment section. And kindly let me know where you're watching from. I love reading your comments, because they help me grow, and they also help other people grow. They also help me, your comments help me to come up with other topics that are helping people around the world. So anyone who gets this video, will maybe is going through a very hard time, they can be able to pick up themselves and put themselves where they are belonging, put value on themselves, validate themselves. So thank you very much. Once again, I am so, so grateful that you're here, and can't wait to see you tomorrow. The same time, same place. Today, I delayed a little bit, 5 minutes, because of some technical issues, but I am so grateful that I am here and we completed this show. So thank you very much. Kindly let me know where you're watching from. And if you're commenting, put in your mind that this is a judgment-free zone, where your comment is accepted to help inspire, uplift someone. God bless you. Have a beautiful time. Bye.